Hey everybody, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil and it's time to talk Taskmaster. I'm excited for this episode, obviously. It's been a great series so far. Excellent cast, great tasks. Nothing really surprising in any of that. The show's been so strong in recent series that it just feels like they're maintaining the really high bar that they've set recently. So I'm excited to jump into this episode, but I'm also psyched because I've made the commitment to myself that I'm making Taskmaster a year-round part of the channel, which means there will be a Taskmaster reaction of some sort or other every week here on Neil Talks from now on, which means I've already started reacting to Series 3 of Taskmaster New Zealand. Those will start popping up as soon as this series 14 is complete. And beyond that, I'm not exactly sure what I'll do next. There's a few things on the table. I'd love to hear your thoughts about whether you'd like to see me do Series 2 of Kongen Befaler. I've already done Season 1 of the Norwegian version. There's the Swedish version, the Finnish version. An Australian version is coming out sometime in 2023. Not sure exactly when, but when it does, I'll be reacting to that. There's a fan version done by a bunch of guys in Minnesota, of all places, that's supposedly actually a lot of fun. But I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below about what you'd like to see me react to next in the Taskmaster universe. I'll obviously be doing every British series live, including the specials. I'm hoping there's a New Year's treat coming down the pipe this season. But yeah, I'd love to hear what else you'd like to see me check out. But beyond that, there's not much to say in this. It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to jump into it. This is episode 8 of Series 14 of Taskmaster. Oh, and it's Ankh-Morpork, not Compton, in case any of you are wondering. Love this shirt. The one that bats do.
I'm the Taskmaster. Before every series, I spent 6 months training with Shaolin monks in the hills of China. Should I use these skills to throw cottage pie through a big pipe? Yeah! What do you get if you cross a really boring chemistry teacher with another really boring chemistry teacher?
Let's just play a game of mind, noughts and crosses. Do you want to do that? Could you? Would you?
Sure. Mind,
okay.
not noughts and crosses.
It's my go.
I wouldn't have done that.
Sure bored.
Okay.
Alex.
Yes, Greg?
I've got no erection.
Well, this week, you've asked them to bring in the best fancy dress.
I am dressed as an alien dressed as a Scottish man.
Yes, this is Fern's fancy dress. Have a look.
Oh my God!
There's a Scottish book called The Cone Gatherers about two brothers. And for some reason, I was shot because I wasn't meant to be gathering cones in the forest.
I feel like possibly my drinks.
We are all Dara right now.
Plague doctor's mask.
This is Dara wearing his plague doctor's costume.
That's
I found that
badass.
immediately unsettling.
Do you like fancy dress?
I don't enjoy it at all.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
So what I do is I bring an inflatable walking stick. You can be Charlie Chaplin, Willy Wonka,
Yeah.
the bloke from Up.
I don't like
Carl
having
Fredricksen.
one point in this round. You know that.
Well, I don't think it deserves 1 point, even though it clearly says 1 up there.
Munya.
Yes.
The most accurate replica of a spacesuit ever made.
Accurate.
So from the age of 16 to 21, I worked at WH Smith's, and every Christmas Eve we were allowed to get dressed up.
Yep.
The bookstore, right?
So we decided to do bad taste, and nobody noticed.
What's bad taste?
I don't think it's that bad.
Not well, that.
The trouble is, I like the spirit of John's, but it's obviously the worst fancy
Oh,
dress.
by miles, by miles.
Yeah, by a country mile. Give him 1 point.
Oh, that's a shame.
don't
I
think
thought he
so.
might have
It's
actually
just
talked
fancy,
himself
I'm
into
gonna give
something.
it 2 points. We all know there's got to be a gulf between anything and that man. The alien boy.
All right.
5 points.
All right.
That was deserved. That was deserved.
Dash dot dash dot dash 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 dot dot dot.
Morse code indeed. Oh. What do we have here?
Hi, John.
Yeah.
Oh, team task.
Hiya.
Come up with a secret language that doesn't use words.
You have 10 minutes after which one of you must go to the lab.
What if we had like broader categories? So this could be like punch.
Why is that
No.
your first word?
So punch,
No, Munya, stop.
hard, medium, gently.
One of my key words in my life is not gently.
It's very difficult when you don't know what you're going to be talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Common words.
It's like, oh.
Make an alphabet. I mean, I do the Hector Salamanca bell ringing thing. It takes time, but it can be done. You just work your way through the alphabet.
A, B, C.
Yes.
D, E.
I don't know if you're a genius or a madman.
If we get this
He's a-
right, then it means
both.
the code works, okay?
If we get this right, it'll be a bloody miracle.
Right.
Munya, please go to the lab.
Oh, Sarah's not assertive enough in dealing with Munya.
Yeah, but most situations can be solved by a punch or a lick.
Now. Actually, you're right.
Secretly give this instruction to your teammate. You may not say or write any of the words in the instruction.
Okay.
Time has started.
Oh, so what is it going to be?
Speak. Shout. Eat. You feed. God, I hope this is harder or gently coming up soon. Giraffe. Ah, you feed the giraffe. You feed the giraffe. Oh, and this is horrifically working. 3 times in the clown's mouth. 3.
All right,
I've stopped the clock.
Oh my God.
that worked. You did that. I'm not sure if that was a language so much as charades, but
Worked a treat.
I'm still surprised that it worked and I was there.
Find someone to spoon for 5 minutes because we're going to have an advert break. Alex!
oh, we're spooning. Oh, such intimacy from them today.
Yeah. BBA.
No.
Oh, there are only 2 sticks.
Is it A? Is it B? Is it C?
Keep going. Say
E?
yes.
Feed. I don't understand. I don't remember agreeing that. See?
E, that means E. Yeah.
It's been so far.
Fern's getting it.
Is it elephant?
No, he can't say that. We have to pretend that the language works.
Well, the language does work.
C.
How is it
C.
C?
Thank God Fern's
S.
here.
Clown. Feed 3 elephants and a giraffe to the clown.
Christ almighty.
Fern was of more use to you on this occasion.
Fern was a joy to work with, a pleasure to be around.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say about that task.
And if you wanted to go to a fancy dress with one of them, you'd go with her, right?
I would.
Yeah,
I mean,
not take some prick with a blow-up walking stick.
My brain doesn't work like that.
It didn't work.
Fern and John fed 3 elephants and a giraffe to the clown, but Sarah fed 1 elephant and 3 giraffes to the clown. So only one got it right.
Oh no.
If they fed the wrong animals into the clan, there would be no point.
Munya screwed up.
That is fair.
Munya screwed
But
up.
I don't know who did it.
Well, you could still be a nicer person.
Feed 3 giraffes and
Oh
an
no.
elephant to the clown.
Which means the team of 2 win 5 points each.
Dara screwed up. Dara screwed up. Oh no. That's totally Dara's screw up.
Entirely my fault, and I apologise about everything I said about John.
Oh. Why was I so sure Munya had screwed up? Tail station. What's a tail station? Is this pin the tail on the tiger?
Pin an alluring tail on the alluring animal while blindfolded.
You have 15 minutes to find the alluring animal. Ooh, make an alluring tail.
Put your alluring tail on the tail station and prepare to pin your alluring tail on the alluring animal.
Blindfolded.
So that's the alluring animal.
Is it alluring?
No, I'm
What?
not a pervert.
Is there an actual tiger tail kicking around somewhere?
What about the flowers up his butt?
I'll use this. What is it? A toilet brush. It looks kind of used. No, don't sniff it.
It seems like an odd task.
The Cadbury's bunny, yeah?
Oh, she's fictional, so that's all right.
I'm going to make a long path.
Oh!
I need to keep to the right-hand side of this.
Okay, Munya's got a good strategy.
Just need to find the door.
Okay.
Turn 90 degrees.
Dara's just a robot.
There.
Okay.
Oh, not quite. That's how this has to happen.
It's
Munya's
about keeping a low centre of gravity, Alex.
I can see that.
doing really well here.
Yes! Ready? Push! Yeah!
Stop the clock.
That was impressive. Those were both quite impressive. Did they have to leave the alluring animal there? I wonder.
You know you don't clean your bum with a toilet brush, do you?
And you certainly don't clean your bum with a toilet brush that deeply. Dara has a very upright, dainty walk for a big man, like one of those Spanish horses that can dance.
He's a lip is on her.
Dara, 3 minutes exactly. Munya, 2 minutes and 6 seconds. In the lead
Wow.
at the moment.
John's gonna just rubbish this up, isn't he?
Are you having a practice or what are you doing?
Huh?
Do you just want to start?
Yes.
Okay, I'm coming.
She hasn't even practiced?
I don't have very good spatial awareness when I'm not blindfolded.
Right.
Oh, there we go. There's the door. Oh, no, that's
Oh
not
no.
the door.
That's not a door.
What's your system now, Fern?
Is the house there?
I don't think so.
I'm going to shuffle till I hit it with my feet.
Oh.
Am I going to walk into anything?
Where do you think you are?
Near the piano.
Right.
Why not?
No.
Where is
Oh,
it?
Fern.
Where is it? Oh, God!
Oh, that's the cow.
Where is it?
Well, they're both gonna find it.
There he is.
I've stopped the clock, Fern. You, oh.
20 minutes? 2 hours?
What was the system then?
Well, there might not
Floundering
have been
around.
a system other than I was going to use the one that bats do where you, like, make a clicking sound.
Echolocation? Ah. Okay, so in what way did John screw up this task? Is really the question. Because there's no way he did this effectively.
You think a blindfold's gonna do me?
Is he just going to be effective here? This is way more rational than I ever would have thought John to be.
I don't remember it being this far
He
away.
continues to surprise occasionally. What
Well, I left it in.
John. Can you not feel it?
Have you moved it?
No.
God, am I there? I'm at the door.
This is how.
Well, it's there. Where's the tail? The tail was on top of the tail station.
Yeah, it still is.
The bit of, no, it's not. It's not.
Oh, he got there. He got there.
Well done, John.
Could not feel the boa.
It just disappeared. I accused the team of...
Yeah, you were very cross. For a couple of hours.
Walked away like a grandfather in a sitcom.
2 points to Sarah. Then it was John with his 8 minutes and 12 seconds.
Oh,
Dara, of
okay.
course, 3 minutes, but the fastest by quite some distance was Munya. He gets another 5 points. Wow.
Munya's crushing it. Munya might win an episode finally.
Another one.
Which would leave just Fern without one. Oh. Are those Polaroids? Of hands? This is super creepy. Oh, this is serial killer creepy.
Place your hand on the table.
Find the back of your hand.
Oh my god. One of those is
guesses
yours?
wins.
What if you had a ring on? That would certainly help. Did you have to take...
All hands on deck. Just to
There's your
you
ring
are in
pun.
Safe hands.
Was that a pun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is crazy. I have no distinguishing features on the back of my hands.
Hands of our viewers, in fact. Thank you for sending your hands in, if you did.
Oh.
He was playing the piano. He was looking down at his hands, and he realised he was looking at his father's hands. You know, I'm looking for not just my hands, but my dad's hands.
What on earth are you going on about, John? Oh, Jesus. Remember which hand you got photographed, first of all. Oh, what does it say on the hand?
I can't tell you which board it's not, but it will cost you 100 guesses for each board.
There's got to be something clever with this. There's got to be some other way of doing this.
What's that?
Oh, I wouldn't touch that, but...
What?
What'd you say?
What was that?
Your hand there, please. Your
The ring? He's got a ring.
That hands, there'd be no ring on it.
Well, there's a dog there. Is that one?
No?
No, you paused there. It's around here.
Just gonna go mad staring at these.
What's up with the mirror in the top corner? Oh!
It's around here. You started pissing yourself.
No! No!
Come on!
Dash!
No.
So many hands!
Oh, this is a nightmare.
Where is my hand?
Wow.
You know that whole dad's hands thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you on about? Why bring your dad into this at all?
It's easier to look for your dad's hands than your own.
Dara, you hampered yourself by picking the wrong hand.
See, I made a mistake. I was looking for my auntie's hands.
John, at one point, I'm fairly sure that you chose a black hand.
Those are my dad's.
So did they just fail to complete the task in the time allotted?
Greg, I got pictures of loads of hands, stuck them on a wall, and then locked the competitors in the garage with them. I'm so weird.
It would be very sinister if they were all left-handed.
High five. Oh, yeah. Hey,
What?
wait a minute.
What?
Ooh.
Oh no! There's a UV light?
Two mirrors. One has a little square.
Turn
in it,
off the lights.
One's plain. So surely I need to ping it off the second mirror, don't I?
Oh.
I'm stretching. Is this boiler suit giving me a camel toe? Hey, don't pan down, man. What are you doing?
Don't worry about any more boards, Ben.
So now I've gone from having to look from my own hand to a tiny pinprick of laser.
Turn off the lights.
Ah, yes! You know what? This is my hand.
I've stopped the clock.
Well done, Munya. This is Munya's
one.
episode.
This hand.
That is your hand.
That's my hand.
But Fern had like 700 guesses.
She said, what face does my hand make? And my hand doesn't bulge.
Did I say that?
And then you asked who invented right and left and what's it for? Munya took one guess, got it right.
Wow.
So it's going to be tough to beat.
That's dang. Yeah, this is Munya's episode.
I know how I had my hand photographed. Everybody else is going to do that. So I'm going to do that.
Oh,
Okay. Well, that should help.
that should really help. Sarah's so brilliant.
Found it.
It's correct.
She's a
I
genius.
don't have to say, it's just some sweet forward planning.
I genuinely just thought it was funny to look like I was whacking a cock.
So they both get 5 points. Fern 4, the others 0.
Wow. Bravo to both of them for figuring that out.
Munya rock top with 18 points.
Wow. This is going to level the playing field a little. Dara's having an off day.
Guess the fully extended length of the extendable item. Closest to the fully extended length wins.
Okay, so it's a team task. We have little markers. So you make your guesses as a team, but
The duster will be shortest, and then the dog leash.
we're going to start with the feather duster.
I
think Fern
That's
agrees
it?
with that,
yeah, yeah.
yeah?
I
agree
feel
with
like
it
it.
as well,
Happy with that team?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think further.
Further.
They've got, yeah.
Are you going to invite me to extend?
He's off.
Oh,
Yes. The team of 2
it's
gets the first point.
a very scopy duster.
Dog lead.
It's like pulling in the end of a hoover. My dog flies back. Yeah.
Okay, so just choke up a little bit on that distance then. Be smart about this.
I really don't want to fall off this.
No, I don't want you to fall off.
No, we don't need another nap it.
Here?
Yeah, you go with your gut.
Further? No, we're going further.
Just,
Oh,
It is longer.
wow. How long is it?
Too far.
The team of 3.
Well done, Fern. I would not have guessed that.
Tape measure.
A tape measure is meant to measure everything in the house. So that's going to go so far.
What have you seen, John?
I'm tempted to not even move that.
what happens if we got some Russell Watson?
It could be a
playing
15-footer. It could be a 25-footer.
It's a jumbo one, this.
All right, so it's
It could be a 30-footer, or it could be a 10-footer. He's just choking up on
The
it.
thing, yeah.
I think it's a long one.
Such a silly man.
Was that it?
That is it.
Really?
It's only a 10-footer? That's such a crappy tape measure, frankly.
Go over the nappet.
On the brink.
Yeah, on the
Don't
brink.
think it's going to go that tall.
I don't think it goes that tall.
Can I move it in?
Yeah, there.
What a rush.
Dara's counting
If we
feet.
could lay Dara end to end.
It's a big if.
I just heard someone say, oh no, up there.
It's going to go way past both, is my prediction.
Oh, maybe.
That's a lot of steps. That's a lot of steps.
We're at the end.
What?
I think it's perfect.
Oh, Dara nailed it. Not nailed, but well selected.
This time it's being measured to where its face gets to.
Oh, so it's using the lead.
Oh.
I'm pissed with anticipation.
I reckon this man is long enough to get to the edge.
Yeah.
What do you
I
think?
agree.
We have to.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have to.
Bold.
So bold.
Cleaners use this. It's not for normal households.
He's found his marker.
Oh, he's going past.
Oh, he's gone bold.
3 seconds. Are you happy, John?
No! No! Oh, the drama!
Two things. It was an act of madness. And secondly, who'd have thought someone would make this game genuinely exciting? But when the whistle went,
Where
the
was
team
it?
of 3 were on the floor.
Oh. Oh. How far the face goes.
It's from the vacuum's face.
Yes.
The nozzle.
What?
That's it.
What? That's a piece of shit, Hoover. If he had acted half a second sooner, they would have won. But that's a piece of shit, Hoover.
Everyone's a bit cross about the trick vacuum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done. Sarah and Munya. Wow. Well, in the series, Sarah on 141, Dara on 142.
Oh, it's tight at the top, but it's a 2-horse race. Look at the gap.
Munya Chawawa has 21 points.
Munya wins his episode. Wow. Yeah, so Dara had poor performance, and Sarah caught right up to him this episode.
Munya Chawawa!
Maybe by design, but mostly just by the law of averages. Most Taskmaster contestants end up winning at least one episode. So we finally got our Munya episode, where everything fell in place for him, and he nailed some. He planned ahead and nailed a couple of tasks. His pin the tail on the tiger task, laying out the pipe to mark his route was very smart. Well done for that. He had the benefit of not screwing up giraffes and elephants. That really cost the Dara, Fern, John team. That was quite painful. And points were lost in that very final task, too. John moved his marker just a fraction of a second too late, and it would have swung that whole task in the team of three's favor. But Munya ends up walking away as champion this episode, leaving only Fern without an episode win yet. And there's only 2 to go, and I don't see it happening. So I think it's a relatively short list of competitors who never won an episode. But I can't for the life of me think who that list might contain. I'm sure some of you know. Let me know in the comments down below. Let's work our way through the tasks. Fancy dress. First of all, we don't call it fancy dress here in North America. I knew what to expect, but a first instinct when you hear fancy dress, you are not thinking Halloween costume, which is what we would call it, because it's really the only time of year where we do dress up in a costume like that. So yeah, we'd think of that as a Halloween costume, not fancy dress. If I heard fancy dress without knowing the British connotation, I'd be thinking we're talking like ball gowns and tuxedos. But no, Fern absolutely deserved to win that one, although I feel like John's inflatable cane is kind of a brilliant solve for someone who doesn't like fancy dress. And I thought when Greg said he didn't like it either, that John might have found a kindred spirit and actually walked away with some solid points. Alas, no, he did not. I will admit, a little disappointed that Dara's Plague Doctor mask wasn't a real artifact, because that would have been freaking awesome, and that would have deserved many more points. But yeah, that was a fun task. Got to demonstrate a little creativity, but again, with this series and the contestants, there's something about the prize tasks. No one's really going completely lateral thinking with any of their submissions. No one's being super creative. That's why I thought John's might have done better, because it was sort of subverting expectations of what you would bring for a task like that. Sorry for the noise in the hall, but I'm just going to power through. Then we had invent a code. Invent a silent language. And Munya and Sarah actually did really well, basically by doing Pictionary, just drawing it out with broken sticks. And I could have sworn when we heard that one of them got the giraffes and the elephants wrong, that it would have been Munya. And that's my bias, just by seeing him screw up more over the course of the season, I suppose. But no, Dara's actually the one that made the mistake, and that really sucks, because he was already punished in that task by having to deal with John. I mean, thank goodness they were a team of 3, and Fern understood how it worked, because John just could not get it. Even though they had it written out in front of them, all spelled out, like clear as day. I'm not sure why they had like 5 letters for the first bell and 4 for the next and 4 for the next and then only 3 and then 4 and then like however many's left, 7 or whatever it was. It seemed like a really weird distribution of letters, but nevertheless, that's what they did. I think even if they had got the right number of animals correct, they wouldn't have done as well time-wise as the other two. But now I kind of wish that the team tasks for this whole series were Dara and John alone, and then the other 3, because that would be hilarious. It would be, Dara would be demonstrating like Ed Gamble levels of frustration with David Baddiel. We all remember that level of frustration, and I think we might have been able to replicate it again, because Dara's already frustrated with his team. Taking out Fern, who sort of acts a bit like a translator between the two of them, would just push him over the top, I think. What do we have after that? The next task was pin the tail on the tiger. I think Munya's solution was about as good as it gets. Give yourself something physical to lead yourself from the front door to the tail, to the tiger. Bob's your uncle. There was no bonus points for how alluring that your chosen tail was, but the longer you spent picking a tail, clever diversion on Alex's part, the less time you have planning your route. Fern didn't plan her route at all. She just figured she'd wing it, and the result showed. Honestly, I'm surprised it only took her 13 minutes, because I feel like you never know with these sort of time delay tasks how much time they actually spend fumbling around, but I felt like it could have easily been half an hour or more, the way she was well and truly lost. But then John, with his string, found his tail station almost immediately, like really efficiently, and then could not for the life of him feel the tail. And I get it to a degree, like a feather boa is not exactly a substantial thing, and it might feel sort of similar to dry grass, but that being said, it still took him much. He could have contended in that episode, and instead, nope, solid 3rd place. I don't know if there was a better. I think Munya's solution's about as good as it gets. Just give yourself something solid that you won't miss to guide you in, and yeah, it just worked. Well done to him for figuring that out. It's results like that on an episode like this that sort of go to show that, you know what, he actually deserved this episode. It wasn't a contrived win. And then what was the 3rd time? Oh, the frickin' hands. The fricking hands. I mean, it's a genius task. What's the saying? I know it like the back of my own hand. And clearly we don't. I love that 3,000 Taskmaster fans got their hands featured in this task. I love that there were multiple creative solutions to winning this. I suppose you could just be super observant and really good at compare and contrast and just figure out which one was yours. The jewelry I thought would be a dead giveaway, and Dara could have had so much more luck if he had just remembered which hand got photographed, because you just have to look for his ring, something identifiable. Really, really smart and straightforward. Sarah's solve, while fortuitous, was kind of brilliant. Just give a different shape, like flip the bird, or make the cock stroking ring, or whatever you want, but something that's going to stand out from the crowd. And then Munya actually figured out the trick. And I genuinely wonder how often we see a task that Alex has hidden a trick in it like this that never gets discovered. And so he doesn't reveal it, because you can use that trick again in a different task. We hinted at the mirrors in the corners and stuff, and And you wouldn't know what to do with that unless you had a laser pointer. And as soon as you have a laser pointer, then you could go, oh, this could do a thing with that thing. And then you find the place to slot it in, and Bob's your uncle. So again, Munya totally deserved the win on that one. Sarah lucked into the win on that, but good for her for like thinking ahead with the photography back on day one. In retrospect, there wasn't a whole lot of penalty in eliminating whole boards, because the counterpoint to that is not finding it at all. And so Fern's solution was pretty solid, and she did ultimately just pick her hand out of a crowd. What was her final number? 503 or something, which means she only like actively guessed like 3 hands before getting it right. That's pretty solid. 500 in eliminated boards and 3 in guesses. And then yeah, John was going on about his dad's hands. I'm sympathetic to John. I kind of get what he was going after. Like, maybe you would actually recognize your dad's hands before your own. So looking for your dad's hand, something that seems familiar like that, maybe, but that way madness lies. And Dara was just couldn't do it because he was looking for the wrong hand. Not only are you looking for a ringless hand, you're now looking for a right hand instead of a left hand. And yeah, Dara, this was a bad episode for Dara. He screwed up giraffes and elephants. He screwed up left and right. He was a plague doctor unicorn. That being said, he figured out the extension ladder in the final task on stage darn well. I feel like there were multiple trick items in that final task on the stage, on the Nappet, because that was a hefty tape measure. And I don't think any of those hefty sized ones measure less than 20 feet. And I think they're more typically 25 and 30. But that one was only 10. Like, that feels like it was trimmed off for some kind of novelty or something. The feather duster, it is what it is. The extension ladder, it is what it is. What else was there? Oh, the dog leash. Yeah, I don't think the dog leash was tampered with. You can get super short dog leashes, you can get super long dog leashes. I think Sarah's line of thinking on that one was a good one. But the Hoover, and we don't call them Hoovers, but I know I've seen this particular Hoover a couple of times with Alex and the band. That was tampered with. That was just a straight joke. That's a vacuum cleaner that has been, just on the verge of destroyed. Like a 5-foot extension. That's just... I'd be seriously peeved. That being said, if it hadn't been tampered with, if it was a typical vacuum cleaner extension cord length, is it what do you call it in the UK? We call it an extension cord, but you call it a something lead, or is it just a lead? So it's a Hoover lead for you, and it's a vacuum cleaner extension cord for us. We like longer, multiple words and more more syllables. Apparently, if John's move up onto the Nappet would have been allowed, and then it was a regular Hoover, I think they would have lost, and his team would have blown up at him. So at least this way they can be mad at Alex as opposed to being mad at John. There were definitely some daggers being stared at during the final points reckoning there. But this episode, I mean, like, it actually did a lot to sort of clarify the final picture here, hasn't it? Because there was a big diversity in scores this episode. John had a terrible episode, nothing new there. Dara had a bad episode for a change. Sarah and Munya both did really well. And so Munya basically pulled even with John and Fern, so those three are all very close. And then well ahead, more than 20 points ahead, are Sarah and Dara, who are only separated by a single point because there was like a 10-point gap between them this episode. So a lot would have to happen for one of the bottom three to pull themselves up into contention over the final 2 episodes. But it's basically a 2-horse race at this point, where nothing else matters these previous 8 episodes, and it's all down to the final 2 episodes between Sarah and Dara, which is kind of fun. And if either one of them pulls off an episode win in their next episode, then they're in really solid shape. But yeah, this has just been a great season, hasn't it? Like, I feel like this has just been... Every episode has been really, really fun. There have been some great new tasks. It's great to have the full energy of the room back now that the cast get to sit close to one. Like the stage is more intimate. The cast are sitting right next to each other. They're closer to Alex and Greg. It feels like there's a bigger audience. They're louder. They're more energetic and ebullient now that, you know, lockdown isn't a thing. It just, the energy's back, and I feel like it was missed enough that once it's come back, maybe it's just noticed more, but I think also maybe we're the crowd putting a little more into it just because they're so happy for it to be back. I know I'd be really, really happy to attend a taping. Like, if and when I finally do make a trip to the UK, trying to score tickets for Taskmaster would be high on my priority list. Taskmaster and QI, though those would be the 2 I'd be trying to get the most. I feel like I need to get onto Ed Gamble's podcast as well. Just to have 2 analysts discussing it. Not as cool as having contestants on, I know, but it would be good for my numbers. Anyway, another great episode. Thank you guys for spending a little time with me here today, watching along with me. If you do want to see the full-length reaction, check out my Patreon, where if you've got your own copy of the show, you can watch the entire episode with me, no edits. You get all the boring parts where I'm just staring blankly at the screen. Sometimes I burp by accident or toot or whatever, but some people enjoy it. So check it out at patreon.com/NeilTalks. See if it's your kind of jam. And until next time, everybody, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.